And believe me, I would like to introduce myself in one word, that is, I am just like you, just a simple person. A little, I'm sure you must have realized I'm a little mad because I've been studying continuously. But yes, I'm going to be talking about it later on how we pursue our own dreams in our own ways. So, to begin with, I would like to start the session by sharing my screen if I'm allowed to do so. Okay, so I hope everybody is able to see my screen.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So, we've been calling this like post-COVID life management and things like that. But I believe that we should only call it COVID life management because we really don't know if it is the post time right now and when it is going to come. So I am not just going to talk about the post life management, but I'm going to talk about life management in totality. And I'm very sure that this program is going to be very useful to you. By the end of it, you will not only realize what you should be doing in future, but also you will realize what could be the probable mistakes you would be doing right now and things that we need to rectify in our daily lives. We've been listening to so many things about COVID. Everybody has their own different ideas about COVID. Hardly there are few people who know what is the reality of coronavirus and COVID. People are even confused between coronavirus and COVID-19. What is the difference between two? To be very honest, I have been asking people, have you ever read about it? Have you ever asked the right kind of people? All we are doing is depending on WhatsApp. All we are doing is depending on the news channels, and they have to run 24 hours, so they'll keep on feeding something or the other. My first suggestion to each one of you is to reach out to facts and not believe in myths. COVID-19 is one of the types of coronavirus. And I would like to break one of the biggest myths that people have, that everybody is going to die. There are many times that I come across people who say, oh my God, now everybody is going to die. Now this person has predicted in this book that this will happen on that day. And so on, so forth. We not just get scared, but we try and scare every possible person around us. I'm sure we have this one friend who will call you every day and tell you, pata hai, aaj kitne log mare hain? I mean, of course, we have relatives also to do the needful. So, my first suggestion before I start saying anything is that do not believe in myths, only believe in facts. Now, when we talk about facts, let's come to the fears that we have right now. The most important fears in our mind is the disease. What are the fears about the disease? Am I going to die? Am I going to contract it? Only kids and the older people are going to suffer. What are the realities of it? In spite of the fact that we have an arena of Google where you can go to the right kind of sites and get information, we are only depending on wrong things. So these fears are coming out of wrong inputs that we have. The second fear that we have is the isolation. Generally you see people sitting at home and doing nothing and they don't even want to go out. But the moment you tell someone you can't go out, the first thing that comes to your mind is, I want to go out. And people are scared of this isolation. When am I going to go out? When will I go and have some food outside? Can I order from outside? Why I'm not allowed to do something? You will be claustrophobic when you're not allowed to do something. So this isolation is working on people's minds, and the fears out of isolation are, am I going to get back to my normal life again? Am I going to meet my friends again? I had this case where there was a gentleman of 42 and he needed some counseling because he was constantly telling his family, I might not meet my friends again in life because there is a possibility that I might just end up dying. So there are people who are having these brilliant ideas about isolation also. The third fear that people have is monotony. Same people 24 hours in front of you. Irrespective of the fact that they are your family, you love them so much. But watching them all the time is taking a toll on people's mind. And it's a fear that, oh my God, I have no privacy. Suddenly I have seen that youngsters feel that a CC camera is moving around them all the time. When you have parents around you 24/7, and you actually feel as if somebody is activated like a security system around you where everybody is watching you constantly. And that is one very big fear. You feel that I can't do what I want. Online sessions are definitely going on, but there are so many people who wouldn't want to go for an online session because they feel घर में सब सुन लेंगे. No, I have people around me. So this monotony of having people around you and doing the same thing all the time is also a huge fear in minds of people. Then the money scene. Will I be able to pay my fees? Am I going to get a job? I might just finish my course, but will I get a job? Will I ever travel again to USA? I want to go and work outside. There are so many things in people's minds, and these fears are something that create a built up. And this built up is something that makes our life difficult. Now, definitely, we are going to work on all these fears and we are going to understand this system totally so that we can crack it. So, if I have to tell you how to live, I have to tell you what is going on also. So, I'm giving you a broad spectrum about what's happening around us. Life is on hold for many people because we have not been able to implement old plans. I'm sure each one must have had some plans for 2020. I've heard people say 2019 is a horrible year and 2020 is going to be amazing. But the moment 2020 came in, everybody had a different idea about it. Everybody had to say, oh my God, 19 was better than 20. So there are so many old plans which are on hold. There are so many travels you must have thought of and they are on hold. There are so many ideas that you must have jotted down that I am going to be doing them in 2020 and they are on hold. The upgradations that you had thought about your life, like, okay, if I'm using this phone, I'm going to be using that phone in 2020. Or let's say if I'm doing this course, I'll finish this and I'll do that in 2020. All the upgradation that you had planned is on hold. And of course, the future planning is on hold because you just don't know what's in there in the future. When is my life going to start? So basically, the claustrophobia that we feel right now is only because we feel that our life is on a complete hold. Here comes the madness. I'm sure each one is going to relate with everything that I'm going to say here. We are all living in a mad zone right now. And I'm going to talk about the madness that we are feeling, uncertainty and unpredictability. We have these politicians coming on television and telling us this 15th we are going to be free. And then on 14th, we have another politician coming up and saying, no, we are not free on 15th. It's playing. We constantly are feeling that everything is uncertain. Everything is unpredictable. And the human mind does not like such kind of surprises. This is a madness that is created in our mind. Lot of unplanned time. There are so many kids, students, even the elderly who do not know what I would be doing today. Your reason to wake up itself is for a toss. Why should I wake up? Why should I have a bath? I have nowhere to go. Why should I have lunch at this time? I have nothing to do. So everything is upside down. I know there are some people in India living on a USA timing. So, they would just wake up at 12, have probably breakfast at 12:30, lunch at 4 o'clock, and then so on and so forth. The whole damn schedule works on some different time zone. And believe me, the unplanned time is not letting people plan anything. We were used to waking up at a certain time, going at a certain place at a certain time, and suddenly we have so much time in hand and do not know what to do. Work from home till forever is also a problem. At times when you have bifurcations, like, okay, this is home and this is office. Right now, when you're at home and you're working, every time is a work time or every time is a home time. There is no bifurcation created. So people are really lost there. Even students are lost there. There are so many online sessions going on for students, but they are just not able to cope up with, oh my God, I'm sitting in my shorts here doing a college session and I'm not able to focus because this is not what I'm looking for. This is not what I signed in for. I don't have friends around me. Zoom is not making me happy. There are so many things, this work from home is not something that we have been very accustomed to earlier. The same GPS location, you are at the same place. I think there are so many people who go out to buy grocery just because they want to entertain themselves. You just want to go out, change your GPS location so that you feel good. And it's happening, yes. This sitting in one place and just not going out anywhere is playing on people's minds. The WhatsApp universities, one university is corrupting most of the public. You keep on getting a notification every second. Some relative, some friend, somebody in some of the groups sends some or the other information about either COVID or the negativity around the world. These days we have China also in addition, to think about. So some way or the other, negativity is bombarded on you constantly by the WhatsApp. Believe me or not, there are so many people who have a media frenzy because news go on in the house constantly. Morning they would wake up, put the TV on, some news channel will be on till night. And the media frenzy created is also causing a lot of damage to people's minds, because constantly you're listening to what is wrong. Constantly you're listening to, how many people have died and how government is not doing their job and how difficult situation it is. So fear of future possibilities comes from there. You have a scare in your mind because of the WhatsApp news and people talking about constantly. And yes, the constant screen time. People were at least having some time off from the mobile phone or a laptop. But these days, when they have nothing to do, what happens is you have a phone in front of you all the time. People carry their phones even to the toilets. It's just to engage themselves. Khali dimag shaitan ka ghar. We say that, when you have nothing to do, you're going to be thinking about negativity. So just because you want to keep yourself busy, either you will, even if you're avoiding a WhatsApp or you're avoiding something, you will go and play some games on your phone. But we forget that, we have eyes and we have to take care of them. So constant screen time is a problem, and that gives insomnia. You will see all these problems are connected. Insomnia is one of the biggest issues that the whole generation is facing. Because we don't have fixed schedules, people sleep at odd times, wake up at odd times. And now, if you ask me, there is a whole generation which is having problems in sleeping in time. So insomnia is something that's one thing we need to deal with. Netflix, Amazon hysteria, I don't need to talk about. There are so many web series now that people just sit down and complete one web series in one go. There was a time when people used to watch it like one serial or a one series or episode a day. These days I see people sitting and watching the whole 15 episodes in one time. I just finished the web series. Because you have a lot of time and you don't know what to do, you're ending up watching everything possible on the screen. The monotony of same people, same things, and the same stuff is really making people mad. And while we are going through this madness, I do not say that there is no solution. Of course, we have a solution. But this solution is going to lead you to the life that is going to come ahead. And if you don't plan that life right now, it's going to be very, very difficult in future. If your mind is in place, your life is in place. Please try and understand it's a complete mind game. Even when it comes to illnesses, there are so many people who become ill because they were scared of the illness, not because they were ill actually. So my first proposition to everybody is to begin your new life now, to begin your life in a different way right now. The first thing that you need to concentrate on is to bring your mind in place. And let's see how we can do that. We have to start living again. The post COVID that you're talking about, I don't know when this post COVID is going to come into our lives, but yes, the life that we need to start now on has to have certain things to be followed. Here we have on screen, of course I will share this with you also later on, but to begin with, maintain a routine. Your sleep, your diet, and your couching time has to be a routine now. Imagine that your life is normal and have a sleeping schedule. No matter what, you may be sleeping at 3 o'clock right now. I wouldn't say, okay, so from today you start sleeping at 10, but at least start reducing it. At least start working on coming to a sensible sleeping time. Let's assume that if you need to sleep for 7 hours, come to a time where you can manage your life when your offices or your colleges really start. So start sleeping at a right time. Start eating at the right time. We have lost our senses of eating in right time. So even if you, to begin with, start fixing up times for your sleeping and diet, a lot of things will be better. I'm sure many people have put on weight during the lockdown, because when we have nothing to do, we open the fridge. So please understand that couching, just lying down on the couch and having lays, is not the privilege that you're going to get in future. We have to get back to normalcy and we have to begin our life all over again. So please understand, your sleeping time, diet time, and couch time has to be in the routine now. Structure your day, realistic and in advance. Instead of waking up at 12 o'clock and thinking, now what do I do? Decide one day in advance what you will be doing the next day. Plan your day so that you can actually do things that you have planned. We have forgotten the to-do list, you know. People have really forgotten to make a to-do list for tomorrow, because tomorrow is just going to be like a Sunday. Every day is a Sunday for many people now. So people have forgotten there is something from Monday to Friday also. So let's get back to normal and structure our day by planning what we will do the next day. One very important thing is observe your moods. You're not the only one in lockdown. You're not the only one who's going through all the issues. Everybody is facing the same issue and everybody is going to have mood swings. So there are many people having fights in the house. There are many people having arguments, altercations with friends, and even with storekeepers or people who are giving us delivery, or the watchmen. Some or the other altercations are happening because people are not in the right frame of mind. I suggest calm yourself and meditate. Here, when I say meditate, it does not mean close your eyes and Padmasan mein baitho and like think of nothing. No, each one has their own different meditation. Like, let's say if someone enjoys painting, then paint for some time on a daily basis. If you like listening to music, then listen to music for some time on a daily basis. Whatever you like can be your meditation. So please try and observe your moods when you're getting angry, when you're getting irritated. Also understand that people around you are also going through the same thing and they also will be angry. So try and be cordial as much as possible, calm yourself, meditate, and help people around you to calm themselves also. Find a hobby and give at least an hour to that hobby on a daily basis. Connect with friends for fun talks. These days we see there are a lot of webinars happening, there's a lot of talking happening, but it's either for work, or it is for studies, or it is for some kind of COVID discussion. Rarely we pick out friends or relatives, connect with them on a Zoom and talk about something which is not COVID or not work. Have some good conversations, join some Zoom reading groups. There are many like that now, where you could just talk about some book that you have read about. Join motivational webinars. Have some topics which are not COVID and work, and interact with your near and dear ones, your relatives whom you cannot meet on a regular basis, your friends you cannot meet on a regular basis. Talk to them on Zoom and release yourself of all the conversations that you have been storing in your head. I know there are many people who speak and they are not getting that choice of going to their friends and speaking. But yes, figure out such fun talks and you will definitely make yourself peaceful. Limit news and WhatsApp. I understand that it's good to be updated of what is happening in your life, but it's not necessary that you listen to news for 20 hours in a day. So limit yourselves to 1 hour in a day. Decide which hour you would like to listen to news and only limit it there. Even WhatsApp. Limit your use of WhatsApp so that you don't bombard yourself with unnecessary data. Avoid over stuff. There is a lot of over attached to all that we are doing these days. That is overeating, oversleeping. There are some who smokes, over smoking, over drinking, over fighting. Just remove the over from everything. It's not worth it. You have to understand your limits, because we are heading to normalcy very, very soon. And we need to get back to it. All that you have done now in the lockdown to get back to normalcy also is going to be difficult. So if you start now, then probably in the next 2 or 3 months you will be able to deal with these kind of situations where you can talk about, yes, my life is normal now. Declutter your home, your cupboards and mind. We have been having 1 or 2 cupboards in our life which we were never able to touch. because we were busy, because we didn't have the time, because we didn't have the inclination. Right now, you have the time, you're at home. So please figure out your cupboards which you have not touched earlier. Keep your house clean. Help your folks in cleaning your house and make your mind clean also. Instead of fighting with people, I think families or friends should have sessions where they could just talk, just sharing on a daily basis of how you're feeling right now. If families decide to sit down and talk with each other, you will never need any help from outside. The best way to help yourself is to help others. So if you have any friends, if you have any relatives who are not able to cope up with the living right now in the lockdown and who do not know how to deal with the future times that are coming, all the information that you have or all the webinars that you listen to or all the good things that you listen to, share with people. When you share with people, when you teach, you learn one more time. So please try and help people as much as possible who you think need help. Be a psychologist to them, talk to them, and help them. Time the screen time. It's not necessary that if you're bored and if you have the time, you only have to do things on the screen. There are many other things. You can read, you can play board games with people, you can write, you can study. I think it's time we give ourselves time in the lockdown. We've been talking about the time that we never got because of the traffic, because of the work. And now when we have it, we feel, what do I do with the time? It's not worth it. I suggest all the students to take out that time for themselves. Play, read, talk to people, figure out what they want to do. Probably I feel that this time is God sent for all people to plan their life in a new way. And I think we must make the most of the time that we have got now to plan for future. That's why I say plan, and plan how. We'll see that. How life now on should be. I'm sure you must be having a question in your mind. Okay, if all this is happening and if I am not sure of what is going to happen in future, what do I do? Collect right information. There is help available at various places. Every time you want to believe in an information, please try and figure out the source of that information. If you feel that the source of the information is not authentic, please do not believe in it. I say go out on YouTube, figure out the right solutions, see the who manuals. Probably you can talk to your elders, you can connect with your college folks and try and find right information, and do not bombard yourself with wrong data. That is the first thing that you have to do for the new life. Secondly, prioritize COVID precautions. Very soon we will be going out. It's not that we are going to be sitting at home forever. So please understand that there are certain precautions. These precautions I don't need to tell you right now. They are everywhere on the internet. They are available. I'm sure you must have been having that on your phone. Like every day, somebody or the other is sending you some way how to live. So I'm sure there is a lot of information on COVID, how to use a mask, how many times you should wash your hands. These are all basic information that people have been giving you. It's just that we don't take it seriously. It's time we realize that if we really want to have a COVID free, happy future in life, we cannot wait for the vaccine to come. We have to start. We have to get back to our living. And if we have to get back to our living, we have to take care of ourselves. And how do I take care of myself? By understanding what are the requirements, what are the precautions that I am supposed to take for myself. Plan your precautions. Understand which one is the right mask for me. There are many designer masks come into market, and there is so much happening around. There are sanitizers with some perfumes and all that. I would suggest do what is perfect and right for you. If a designer mask makes you happy, definitely use it, but please see if it is safe or not, if it passes the norms of precautions of COVID. So please try and understand that everything that you like and everything that is seen in the COVID scene is not going to be useful to you. So understand what's useful, understand what's good, understand what's usable, and follow all the precautions. Precautions, not just what you have to do, but in general, I think we need to be civic. Unfortunately, we've always been given a 20 marks civics in life. I always thought that history should be lesser and civics should have more weightage, because it's very important to be civil at this point. It's not just about wearing a right mask, it's about disposing your mask rightly also. Because while we should be careful about us, we should be careful about people around us also. We are privileged today. We are in a webinar. We are understanding things. We are able to get all the information. There is a huge number of public who do not have an access to the right kind of information also. So I would suggest, be thankful to the Lord, understand the privilege that you're getting, that you're at home and eating good food and safe with your family. By understanding these privileges, let's understand civics is very important. Let's be safe and keep people safe around us. Concentrate on mental health. I always believe that physical health is an extension of mental health. If you're mentally ill, you're going to be physically ill. So, to begin with, you have to concentrate on how you keep your mind fit. Like we go to the gym to be fit, or we eat rightly to be fit, there is a way of keeping your mind fit also. How do you practice positivity? How do you practice gratitude? How do you understand yourself better? How do you do self introspection? How do you do self awareness? All these things are very important now. We have been focusing outside always. We have been only thinking about usne kya kiya, uske paas kya hai. It's time we focus on what am I doing? Where am I going? Am I happy? How do I keep myself happy? What are my hobbies? What do I enjoy doing? Like I said, if you do something that you like, even for an hour in a day, you will definitely keep your mind fit. In the same way, figure out your own triggers, what irritates you. Figure out your own ways of keeping yourself healthy mentally by finding out your hobbies and things that you like. Work on your physical health. There are many people who are lying down on the sofa all the time. That's not what is going to help you in future. Now when you get back to work, it's going to be really, really tasking. So get back to your physical health. I know there are so many societies still not allowing people to go down. It's not necessary that you have to have a track to run. You can always do some exercises. There are so many exercises available on YouTube. Please go back to YouTube and figure out what kind of exercises can be helpful to you, and try and get yourself into some physical health regime. It's very important. When I say plan newly, there is a new life ahead. There are many who have lost jobs. There are many who have no clue if they will ever get a job. There are many who don't know how to cope up with their course because they have lost touch with it. And there is so on, so forth, so much unpredictable. I will suggest, please sit down with a pen and paper. Pen and paper are your best friends. You need to sit down and ask yourself, what is it that I want in 2021? I'm being very honest with you, and let me tell you, things are not going to change very soon. So let's start from Jan 2021 only. So please start planning on how your 2021 is going to be. What are the things that you want? What have you lost in the 2020 and how will you recover it? So like when I say make a to-do list, I also tell people to make a to-ask list. I'll tell you what it is. We always feel, where will I get help from? But help is available. There are two lists that each one should make now. The list of problems that you're going to face when you really start functioning. And you have to make a list of all the people who can help you deal with those problems. Start connecting with those people right now. There's no point in going to them in January and telling them, hey, listen, I need some help from you. Start connecting with them from right now. Like, let's say professors, for example, if you feel that you're going to be falling short in some subjects, instead of connecting with your professor when you really feel the need, start connecting now. Start asking them if there is anything that you could do from right now, if there is anything that can be done to make things easier for you. So like I said, make two lists: list of problems that you would be facing in 2021 and list of people who will be helpful to you to resolve those issues in 2021. Focus on yourself on a daily basis. There is no point in accumulating your problems and thinking about all those problems at one shot after a month. You know who needs psychological help, people who keep on piling up their issues. If you do not access your issues and find solutions in the right time, then you reach out to a situation you will not be able to deal with. I am very sure that with the God given time we have right now, you can very well give yourself at least 15 minutes daily and think about yourself and introspect and understand how you're going to plan yourself in future. Be very alert with your health, with your behavior, and with the way you are looking forward. I have seen many people talk about negativity these days, and this negativity is nothing but an accumulation of all the negative data that you have taken from everywhere across. Start releasing that negative data, start talking positively, train yourself. See, positivity is not something that people learn, are born with. You can learn positivity. So start training yourself to only accept and talk about positivity. When you start doing that, you will see that ideas will keep coming to you, and you will suddenly realize that things are easy. It's not as difficult as I was thinking. So focus on yourself daily and be alert of what you are